First, you create thought, then thought creates space, and then time is necessary to cover the distance, to experience the space, to capture it, and do something with it. By UG Krishnamurti. Hello everyone, this is your host BB Flower, author of young adult sci-fi romantic books, available on Amazon and free to borrow with Kindle Unlimited. I will be talking about parallel universe with respect to the Mandela Effect, that which became popular in 2013. If you don't know what that is, then first of all, shame on you, and second, go and look it up yourself. I will give a gist of it. In 2013, when Mandela died, people were like shocked, as many remembered him dying vividly in prison in 1980. They had memories of news coverage and everything. Since then, there were many things that many people remember differently for other things, and it's different from the apparent reality on Earth. So how is that? How is our memory so colluded? So I'm done writing and editing another book of mine, and that is why actually I was very busy for the past many days and I couldn't make podcasts. So in my new book, there is a time traveler, and I have explained another way to time travel than how us humans physically want to, and how we want to physically appear somewhere by time warping in some kind of spaceship or something. That's not how I've explained it. So in this new book, there is this character, Xylus Abyss, and he is explaining memory breach or experience confusion. And this is what he says: everyone exists in many parallels, just not the same timeline. So you are from now and then. An active memory of every parallel is never dynamic. Sometimes with frequency surge, one does cross over in consciousness, not physicality, becoming aware of experiences from your other manifestations. So this passage, when I was writing it, I remembered how weirdly connected it was to the Mandela Effect. Without going too deep in my sci-fi mystery story, I'm going to theorize a parallel universe concept first to explain that, because we have a definitive proof for that right here with the Mandela Effect. My theory is that this is due to the parallel timelines. We exist in countless parallels. And so what we categorized as Mandela Effect is essentially a crossover of memory from our kernel. And I have conceptualized this kernel as something that is associated with our life force. And life force manifests into many bodies, one after the other. Keep in mind, time is not linear or even there. It is what we have come up with to make sense of everything. It stays with the universal memory, this life force or the kernel memory. When the life force exits the body, it stays with the universal memory until it expresses again in another body. So definition of kernel in my series All Kalnan is as following, and this was explained by the character Roy the Slayer, or Roy. So he said, a kernel is all but a speck that holds memories of the time between all and none, without the dependency of time. However, time would be meaningless without memory. Enigma of the highest order, a dependency loop that keeps the cycle going. So that's what he said about kernel, and it ties in with what I have conceptualized as the parallel timeline or the parallel universes that we talk about. What spawns it? Our choices. What ends one? What ends a parallel? Well, our life force when it exits the body. And that's why some claim to have memory of their previous expression. That is all good, but what makes me a little apprehensive about it is that it is always in the past. Like, they always have memory from the past. So that's what makes me apprehensive, it's only or it's not very documented and popular when someone says that I'm from the future and I have seen this. Even that is their parallel manifestation. They have not physically traveled anywhere. They have just harnessed their life forces dormant memory. And that's because universe or even the animals, they don't flow like that. They don't flow like us. It is the time is based on the assumption that it is linear for us humans, when time is nothing but a concept or an idea for us. No one cares and needs constant validation of time flow in one direction. Let me read something from my series Alkalnan to show how parallel timelines come about. Like I said, it is spawned by our choices. So in this excerpt, there is the character Eklavya who is explaining this to the character Zenith. He's saying, your choices spawn unlimited parallels on a given possibility or planet, a variation of what we are experiencing right now. The timeline is different. You and I are husband and wife in a parallel millions of years from now on Earth. It is not known as Earth in the future. He winked. However, I can't jump from that time to this time and say hello to myself. But I can stand out of this manifestation and watch it all happen at once, because then time is not linear. Again, in this excerpt, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to reiterate that time is not linear. In fact, time doesn't even exist, because how Eklavya said that I can stand out of this manifestation and watch it, which means it's all in the past. Universe is an event of the past and we are in the middle of it. For us, we think that it is still going, but it has all happened. And if you truly realize that, you will be blown away. And so this Mandela effect, could that be something that many people dreamt of by viewing the collective or universal memory? Let me read another excerpt from my book Alkalnan and try and see how I have understood that. So once again, here's this character Eklavya who is saying, whatever you dream is already existing in one of the parallels. Your dreams are memories projecting your own experiences and imagination. So in this passage, I am indicating that nothing is new, honing on the fact that it has all happened. We can stumble upon things that are already there. And so to dare to believe that, whatever or wherever you are or whatever you are dreaming of, no matter how weird it is, does exist. And by that logic, don't dismiss anyone based on your astute belief, That is why there is this saying that anything is possible, because it darn well is in another parallel. Now, in my series, there is an illusion of reincarnation, and that this life force will continue to manifest until it is liberated. And so I'm going to read another excerpt where this character Zenith is asking Eklavya, how do you dodge this life and death cycle? So Eklavya responds, moksha, salvation, deliverance, redemption. The absence of contentment keeps you entangled in this endless cycle. So Zenith says, is it a curse? So Eklavya steers her on the bright side. Change the perspective. You get to live on many possibilities over and over with me, and on so many parallels within that possibility across timelines. Fall in love with me anew every time. Isn't that beautiful? So Zenith says, only if I remember it like you. So Eklavya says, I'm enjoying the parallel I'm in. No need to remember or forget it actively. It is all a part of us at the kernel level. So, what Zenith said here was that, when she said that only if I remember it like you, and that is true for most of the human beings. We can't recall our parallel impressions simultaneously, and so how does it matter if we exist on parallel universe or another timeline? How does it matter? Let's just live the life we actively know, right here, right now. This is author PB Flower, signing off until next time. Bye-bye.